Hey, Picks and Parlays family, it's me, Detroit Lenny, here to talk a little NFL Week 2 overreaction week. We'll see here. Talking a little Sunday action, September 15th, Seahawks at my Lions. Who else better to talk NFL football than the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Ross Benjamin. Ross, let's talk Seattle traveling to Detroit, take on the best team in the NFL, my Detroit Lions. That's might be a little homer take there on the Lions. Lions are -6. Over under is 47.5. Ross, tell everybody what to do here.
Much to your chagrin, I don't think you're going to like my analysis, but I'm going to say it anyway. We're going to respectfully disagree when I'm all said. That's all said and done. And that's okay, Lenny. Look, here's the thing. Seattle couldn't have looked as bad as they did last week. It's just they lose the game 30-13 at home as a 4.5-point favorite to a Rams team that not a lot of people think they could even get 6 wins this year. But the Rams just dominated them. They outgained them by over 200 yards. There was nothing flukish about that result. And Seattle needs the rebound. Detroit, on the other hand, they play a nationally televised game against the defending world champion Kansas City Chiefs. And as a 4.5-point underdog, they come out on top 21-20. And there was nothing flukish about that easy as the Lions earned that victory, and they're living up to the expectations thus far, albeit with one game of a team that a lot of people are picking to win the NFC North. And if the very worst, make the NFL playoffs. So, and I can't disagree with that at this point. But having said all that, this line, if you looked at it before the week 1 game, before the Lions played Kansas City and Seattle looked so bad on Sunday, the Lions were just a 2.5-point favorite. Well, it quickly moved to 5.5 on Sunday night, and then it ensued to go to 6. So the biggest flaw I think a lot of people have when handicapping the NFL, especially when it comes to week 1 and week 2, is overreacting to what they saw the week before. I just think this is one of those instances where Seattle's not as bad as they looked last week. And Detroit's good, but I don't know how good to lay 6 points at this juncture. So I'm going to say it's a little bit of an overreaction, this line. I could definitely see the Lions winning this game and not covering. And again, you're looking at, since 2014, any game 2 away underdog of 10 points or less, coming off a home double-digit loss like Seattle did, and they allowed 26 points or more like the Seahawks did. They're 15-0 against the spread and won 9 of those 15 games straight up. And the average line in those 15 contests was the away underdog being plus 5.4. Another angle I got on the game is since 1980, game 2 away underdogs of 7 or less, coming off a straight up an ATS loss versus an opponent like the Lions, coming off an away underdog non-division straight up win in which they scored 13 points or more, 12-0 against the spread, and 9-3 straight up, favoring the underdog in that situation as well. These teams have met 4 times since 2017. Seattle's a perfect 4-0 straight up in ATS in those games, and they scored an average of 38.5 points per game. But it must be noted, this is a much different Lions team than those 4 matchups in which Seattle saw them. That includes last year. These teams played a thriller in Detroit in which Seattle came out on top 48-45 as a +3 underdog. I'm going to take a small shot here, Lenny. This isn't a huge play for me. It's not going to be part of my premium package, I don't believe. But I got a small lean at this early juncture of the week to take the Seattle Seahawks plus the 6 over the Detroit Lions.
Breaking my heart. Breaking my heart.
I'm sorry, buddy. I love you.
Listen, I get it. I do. I got this Lions -2.5 last Friday when, a nice line there. I would feel a lot comfortable at Lions -2.5 than I do at Lions -6 for sure. So I understand that. Everything checks the boxes for Seattle here. So I'm going to stay with my Lions -2.5. Feel comfortable with that. I think there's opportunity for both teams to win here. At that number, Seattle +6, Lions -2.5. I think it kind of falls in there. So, you know me, I'm going to ride with my Lions because I ain't got
Yeah, well, you know what? It wouldn't shock me to see the Lions win this game big, but by the same token, I just have to stick to my gut on an overreaction play because from week 1 to week 2, sometimes teams aren't as bad as they looked in week 1, and
100%.
sometimes teams aren't as good as they looked in week 1. I think the Lions are good, but I just think this is a heavy number. And I can see somebody making the case for the other way, Lenny, certainly.
Absolutely. Don't forget, you're looking for more from Ross Benjamin and premium side of picks. Head over to picksandparlays.net. Use the promo code NCAAF. That'll save you 20% off everything you got at the window for Ross Benjamin. Till then, though, Ross says take the Seattle Seahawks plus the points here when they take on the powerhouse of Detroit and the Lions there. I'm Detroit Lenny, Picks and Parlays, Ross Benjamin. We appreciate you, as always, coming by, dropping some free picks. Good luck, everybody, unless you're against us.